There's been a lot of commotion recently, and I know there's a lot of people unsure about the current status of TikTok in the US. So, is there a TikTok ban? The short answer is not yet, but the long answer is maybe soon. Stick around for the whole story. As things stand, TikTok isn't banned in the United States, so if you're panicking, you can relax. At least for now. The problem is that on March 13th, the US House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed a bill that could see TikTok banned in the future. It was a bipartisan vote, which means a mix of 197 Republicans and 155 Democrats were in favor of the bill. Only 50 Democrats and 15 Republicans were against it. So, what's all this fuss about a seemingly harmless app that lets you share video content? The answer is China. If you're unaware, TikTok is owned by Chinese company ByteDance. If you didn't know already, as a nation, China doesn't have a great track record of respecting user privacy. This isn't unique to China, by the way. Different governments snooping into people's business is nothing new. We've written endlessly on the problematic privacy laws in the United States as well, here on cloudwords.net. And it should be noted that American user data is stored in the US on servers owned by Oracle, which is an American company. But that doesn't mean TikTok can't hand over that data to the Chinese government if asked, so long as it doesn't break any American laws in the process. As far as TikTok goes, just a couple of years ago, it was reported in the New York Times that TikTok employees had inappropriately accessed TikTok users' data in the United States. In 2022, the company also admitted to spying on US reporters. In fairness, ByteDance did launch an internal investigation to look into the matter. After finding the allegations to be true, the company fired 4 employees, and company chief executive Rubo Liang said he was deeply disappointed with what had happened. As of right now, there are 170 million Americans using TikTok. And here is where things get a little more interesting. By law, Chinese companies are required to pass over user data to the Chinese government at its request. Again, I should state, this isn't unique to China. Many nations, including the United States, have laws in place that require companies to hand over user data at the request of law enforcement and government officials. All this to say, US government officials don't trust China or any companies born out of the country. I want to make it clear, the bill itself doesn't call for an immediate ban on the platform in the United States. What it does say is that ByteDance would need to sell its majority stake within 6 months of the bill being passed, or it will be banned. Also, although the bill refers to both TikTok and ByteDance on 2 separate occasions, it isn't just unique to them. The overall bill can restrict foreign adversary-controlled applications. So for any nation deemed to be a foreign adversary, if the US government has an issue with their apps, then it could lead to a very messy future when it comes to restrictions. As things stand, the bill still needs to be passed by the Senate and signed by the president before it becomes active. So for now, everything is in a kind of state of limbo. President Biden did say he would sign the bill should the Senate give the green light. Given the Democrats have their own TikTok account with over 500,000 followers, Biden would likely go down as the worst unofficial social media manager in social media history if he was to shut it down. But the question is, will the Senate move forward? Honestly, right now, we can't be sure how things will go. But given the fact that both Republicans and Democrats are mostly in favor of the bill, there's a good chance that this will get pushed through. If the bill does eventually pass, it's unclear if ByteDance will play ball and sell its stake. However, TikTok's chief executive Shou Zi Chew said the bill was disappointing and that the company will do all it can to protect the platform, including exercising legal rights. If ByteDance doesn't dance to the beat of the American governments, things could get complicated for many American TikTok users, some of which rely on the platform as a source of income. And this bill doesn't necessarily represent normal, everyday Americans. There's no public outcry to ban TikTok. In fact, many Americans have already demonstrated their opposition to the bill, including gatherings outside Capitol Hill. Congress officials told the Washington Post they had to suspend their phone lines due to the overwhelming amount of contact they received complaining about the potential ban. At the end of the day, people want to be able to use the apps they love the most and have little concern about the geopolitics involved. So the question you're likely asking is, what can you do if TikTok really gets banned in the US? Well, TikTok bans are nothing new. It's already fully banned in India and Afghanistan, and several countries in Europe, as well as the US itself, restrict government officials from using the app. As always, the best way to access blocked content is through the use of a VPN. Some other bills put forward in the past, like the Restrict Act in 2023, have requested the restriction of VPNs in certain situations, though this doesn't seem to be the case here. For now, a VPN should be the best workaround should the bill go through. The good news, or bad news, depending on how you see it, is that the Senate seems to be in no rush to resolve this. There's also the chance the bill will need amending before it is passed. Of course, you can be certain I'll keep you updated here on this channel as things develop. So, what do you make of the TikTok ban? What would you do if TikTok gets banned in the US? Drop me a comment below. Until next time, see you in my next video. Bye-bye.